Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Creator Podcast with yours truly, the host and owner of AGP. That's right, it's me, Amanda. Of course, as always, before we get started, we got to give a huge shout out to the sponsors that make AGP possible, because without them, we wouldn't be continuing podcasting, we wouldn't be working in the comic book conventions, and we wouldn't be able to do the Let's Plays that we do Wednesday through Sunday for you. So let's give these guys a shout out. Of course, to the first is going to be the Gem City Comic Con, which is coming at you July 24th to 25th at the Dayton Convention Center. And yes, AGP is going to have a table there, so you can meet me and you can meet the rest of the crew. We've got some AGP merch. Come out, say hi, and help support us so we can continue making great content. On top of that, we have the Champion City Comic Con, which is coming at you on October 31st in Springfield, Ohio. And the online show will be coming in September. We're finalizing the dates now for that. And yes, we'll be at that show as well. Of course, with that being said, we also have Sean Forney Illustration, an independent comic creator with amazing comics, then their own creator comic, Scarlet Huntress. It's about the Little Red Riding Hood character, all grown up and hunting cryptids. On top of that, we have Haslam Productions, another independent comic creator with comics for kids like Peanut Pudding and Jelly and Pitter Patter, and their adult comic, Roadkill Rampage. And both of these amazing guys every Thursday and Friday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Thursdays on the Haslam Productions Facebook, let's try that again, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube channel. And on Fridays on the Sean Forney YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook channels, you can catch their sketch-offs. Of course, we have Mess Comics, another independent creator. This one here is located right here in my hometown of Cincinnati, Ohio. It's about the Metropolitan Sewer System with their amazing protagonist, Lilliput, and her pet, Akka. To Ziggy, a fellow Twitch streamer who does a mental health channel right here on Twitch. Make sure that you go check him out. And last but not least, to UVN, the Underground Video Network, who's been covering pulp culture for the last 20 years. They started on local television access. And now, with that, we are going to bring the one thing that shakes the earth. It is the one, the only, because the Gilkman is cometh. Thomas Gilkey!
Ow, that's split my ears. Gosh.
You didn't need those, did you?
Yeah, I need them to hear like when Fat Steven is raging when it comes to Fortnite.
Ooh, pick me. I have a question. Can you pick me? I have a question. Ooh, pick me. Okay, cool. When is he not raging in Fortnite?
I don't know. But we all love him for it.
And hey, look, Agent Atwood's here. Hi, Agent. So Gilkey.
Yes.
I know a lot of.
Yes, Gilliam.
I'm sorry. Everybody just calls you. I hear everybody call you Gilkey for some reason instead of just Thomas. But I know that you have a big presence over on YouTube. Mm-hmm. But not so much. I don't know of your presence here on Twitch. So for those that actually watch my content here on Twitch, what would you like them to know about you?
Damn.
What makes you you?
Starting off with the hard question. Shit. Sorry. I don't know if I can curse. Damn.
The parental advisory should have helped you with that one.
Oh, okay. I don't have a presence on Twitch. I have a Twitch channel, but I don't really use it because I'm using it to support the content creators such as yourself, Drunk 3PO, and Mary and Krista and Geeks and Gamers. So I mean, the one thing that I think people should know is that I don't do the typical pop culture stuff like everyone does. I do gaming streams from time to time, but I don't do the typical stuff. I do what comes to my mind. I talk about what I am experiencing in life. I'm a very open person with my feelings and just everything else. And I am, I'm a very open book. People ask me things and I will tell them. So pretty much that's who I am. I am known for doing some fun streams and whatnot from time to time, I'm
Your
known.
Lego streams are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So basically, what you would say is you're kind of like a blogger of some sorts, but it's more of a blog about what you're thinking, what your feelings are. So it's like a personal Thomas Gilkey blog journal is kind of what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes a lot of sense. You're like, I like that. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So I know that you're huge into nerd culture, even though you don't do what we call the typical things that we people see nowadays, where everybody talks about, well, this is coming out, this is coming out. I know you have a big passion for Indiana Jones. You have a big passion for James Bond. So who would win, Bond or Jones?
Shit, I hate you.
James
I would have to say James shit. I don't know.
shit? That was not one of the choices.
Oh my god, whatever. I would have to say James Bond because he could run over Indiana Jones with a car and then he could shoot Indiana Jones. But I mean, it depends upon the James Bond actor. If you're going with Connery could kick Indy's ass all day because Connery because he's also Indy's dad.
True.
So, but damn it, I don't like
You're welcome.
I see how it is.
I'm sorry. Well, here, you were actually telling me a story about you got to actually meet an actor from the James Bond films.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to, so last year, no, 2 years ago, I went to, because I've been a supporter of Geeks and Gamers for I'm the number one, or one of the biggest supporters of them. I've supported Geeks and Gamers since before they got huge and way before The Last Jedi came out. And it was just crazy. And so I traveled down to Pensacola to hang out with Jeremy and and some other people. That's how I got to meet Drunk 3PO in person and a few others. And so what I did is, because they do a convention, or Pensacola does a convention called
Pensacola Con.
Yeah, Pensacon, which is the nerd culture, which is like where you get to meet famous actors. So like the year I went, they had the WWE wrestler Christian.
Nice.
They had the legendary Kevin Conroy, John Rice Davies, Julian Glover, and I had to choose. Who am I gonna? And they also had William Shatner there as well. So I had to make a decision. Am I going to choose what am I going to spend my money on? Because it costs $60 to get a ticket. So I had to, decide what was I going to do. Was I going to was I going to take a chance to meet Kevin Conroy, or was I going to take a chance to meet Julian Glover or Christian or Austin St. John, aka Jason from Power Rangers, or John Rice Davies? I wanted to meet them all. I wanted to meet famous people, just like everyone. You want to meet like your idols and the people that you grew up watching. So what I did is I figured out Julian Glover. He's getting up there in age, so you never know how long they're going to be around for, which is unfortunate. So I had to meet Julian Glover, and I got to have a signed picture of him as Ares Christatos from
Nice.
Your Eyes Only. And I asked him, because I've been a Bond fan since the beginning of the franchise. Obviously not watching it when it first came out because I wasn't even born yet. And so I had to watch. I watched them, and it was it's something I don't think anyone's ever heard of before. When it first came out, and I went up to Julian Glover and I was like, because I was curious how it was. I'm always curious about how, because I'm in love with film, cinema, and whatnot, and the making of it. And what is it like? Like, do these actors get to hang out with the other actors when they're in a movie together? Did Julian Glover get to hang out with Roger Moore, and when they were together, or just in general, like, do they get to hang out? So I asked him, what was it like working with Roger? And he didn't necessarily understand the question. And then we got to talking about how he was there at the late great Roger Moore's service when he passed away, which I thought was really touching because I didn't know that they were not that close, but I didn't know that he was there. And I got to ask him about how he I got to asking him. We talked a little bit about the Bond franchise, how back then it was so simple. You know, you had actual things that were happening in history because, you know, you had the Russians and the nuclear weapons, Cold War stuff, and how, in a way, the society at the time reflected what was going on in the films, or vice versa. And so he thought it was really kind of cool, and I got to take a picture with him, and it was just epic. And then getting to meet Kevin Conroy was, I think, even more incredible because when you watch these actors, you think, oh my God, they must be some of the greatest people ever. And I've heard stories from people who have met famous actors, but they don't turn out to be as nice as they claim to be, unfortunately. But I got to meet Kevin Conroy, and he was like, and first he did like a panel. It was him, John Glover, the guy who played the Riddler in the first 2 episodes, and he was also, I think, Lex Luthor's dad in Smallville. And they also had Lauren Lester, the one who played Robin in the Batman animated series, and they had the actress who was the voice of Poison Ivy. And Kevin Conroy, and one of the questions that one of the people in the audience asked, what was it like working with Mark Hamill? Because everyone wants to know, what is Mark Hamill like? And he was like, well, Mark is just as crazy as you would think. And he did a perfect Joker voice, Joker laugh, or Joker voice, and it was just insane. And then I got to take a picture with Kevin Conroy when he was sitting at his little table where they were all there. And me being the person I am, I left my T-shirt, my signed picture on Kevin Conroy's table. And I didn't think, you know, I was rushing to meet other people, rushing to meet other actresses and actors, and so I didn't know what was going to happen. And I was like, I don't think I realized it. And then he got up, he stood up and he said, Thomas, and it wasn't the Batman voice, but it was the Bruce Wayne voice. What a lot of people don't know is that when you meet Kevin Conroy, his Bruce Wayne voice is his actual voice.
Right.
Because a lot of people think, because there's all these voice actors and they don't do their regular voice for speaking. They do, or rather I don't know, whatever. And so they, and he was like, Thomas, and I was like, holy cow, holy smokes. And then I quickly ran over and I was like, thank you so much. And he was like, and he said, you're welcome. And that meant so much that he was doing that.
That is such a cool and cute story. Oh, I've actually never met Kevin Conroy. Actually, I never met either of those guys. To tie in, I did get to meet Richard Kyle, who played Jaws.
Oh wow, nice. That's pretty good.
I actually met him the year that he passed away. I was working the Cincinnati Comic Expo at the time, and he was there as a guest. And him and his wife, I will tell you this, are 2 of the nicest people. I actually got snatched by the back of my shirt going, and why haven't you come and gotten your picture yet? My bad. I was working. It was the only excuse I had. But no, I think it's adorable because, one, you have a love and you really do appreciate these actors. And it is really cool as a fan to meet people that you have looked up to your whole life, and then they come out to be really cool. I hope that someday you will get to meet John Rhys Davies.
I probably won't, but I'm okay with that because, I mean, I'm just okay with that. I know that I want to, but if I don't get to meet him, I'm okay with that. It's not going to be there's a specific actors that I have on my bucket list, actors that I have looked up to for a long time, actors like Tom Cruise. I think Tom Cruise is a bit crazy, but the way I see it is that, I think the actors are crazy in general, and I think that's what appeals to me. Is I'm a little crazy. I think we're all a little crazy. You might be a
No,
little.
no, I think I'm pretty perfect. So
Oh yeah, uh-huh. Let's ask Fat Steven or Orange if they think you're pretty perfect.
yeah, I
Or
mean,
let's ask the guys that you guys play Fortnite with on your Twitch channel.
look, my modesty knows no bounds. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. No, no. The only reason why I said, if you do ever get to meet him,
Mhm.
find a VHS copy of the original Lost World that he was in, because
Okay.
he wants it. He really wants it. He tried to steal my version when I had him sign it.
Dang, that's crazy.
He's a great guy. Just don't tell him you believe in ghosts, because he is real good. He's gonna be real quick to let you know, no, you're wrong.
That's funny. That is
So
so funny.
you,
Yes.
like you said, you kind of do like your own little like self blog, your self journal blog type thing with a little bit of gaming, which guys, definitely check his stuff out. As a matter of fact, we are going to do this real quickly. Okay, I had the link and then it went to Steven's channel for some reason.
There you go, guys. That proves that Steven's better than me. I'm okay with that.
Steven is not better than you. No one is better than anybody else. Look, we are like High School Musical. We are all in this together.
Oh, God.
So if you head over to the chat right now, there is the Gilkman's amazing YouTube link. Go over there and check it out, because I'm telling you, even though he doesn't do a lot of gaming videos, his Lego Star Wars are just so much fun to watch him play. They really are. So you should go check those out.
Awesome.
See, I've watched some stuff. Didn't you just do Mass Effect like 3 days ago?
Yeah, and then it was really confusing because that was the first time I've ever played it. So it was interesting, and yeah, so I like it. I might stream it tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. It really all depends what I'm doing, how I feel, because I don't like to stream when other people that I look up to stream. So like I really wanted to stream on Sunday night last night, but I knew that there was a big chance that Ord's Board was going to be streaming, because I know he does a stream or two over, or streams a stream with a lot of people.
His Sunday night hang.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, sorry. And I didn't want to divert.
You don't want to cross the streams
or divert the viewers. Yeah.
No, I get that. It is really hard. Especially being, I'm kind of new to meeting you and a lot of the people that you've been talking about. And I always make fun of words. I was like, how dare you? He's like, what? I was like, you stole my time. He's like, no, I had this. I was like, baby, I've been on this. I've been doing this for 10 years. I had this lot 10 years ago. Get out. But first off, congratulations on your over 600 subs. You're at 627 now, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think you had a 10-hour stream celebrating that. How did that go?
Shoot. It went crazy. I did not think I was going to be able to do it, but I called up or I got in touch with people that I know, or people that know of me. I've never streamed with Pop Culture Minefield or Geek Time TV, but I know that Fat Steven knows them. And in my eyes, anyone that Fat Steven or anyone that Ords knows or that I've seen are good people.
I'm good people.
I never said you. Yeah.
But you said that people that Steven and Ords know.
And so, and I've known, and I know Krista, aka Darth Barbie, Tugs, not Tugs, X-Ray Girl, Ords. I love Ords and Kashyyyk. They're two of my favorite people within the community. Let's see. I know Runner. I've heard of T-shirt of historians from Fat Steven, and I've heard the other people and I've known the lot of the other people that I've had on. And I think one of the great things is that I got to have them all, and I was able to figure out how am I going to maneuver them, like in terms of timing, because it's really tough. And I know Latino Slant and Geeks and Gamers I know, and I tried to get in touch with Jeremy and say, hey, can you come on? And I wasn't able to, but Krista works with Geeks and Gamers, and she was able to let Jeremy know, and he came on for 30 minutes, and it was great.
Aww.
He got to interact with people. I don't think that they've interacted with him, like Storyman Jack and Latino Slant and a few others. They've seen him in the chats, or they've seen him when he streams from Twitch and other stuff, but I don't think they necessarily gotten to be on a stream with him. So that was a special moment for them, and it was a special moment for me because I was able to get a few channels up there in subs, like Rosetta. She was like really close to 990 or 1,000. T-shirt of historian, we got into 100 subs, which was great. And just so many other creators that, they work their butts off, but in my eyes, because they're not necessarily big, they don't get recognized as much, which has always been one of my issues, is that when people get big, I feel like they get forgotten about.
I'm big this way. Does that count?
What?
I'm big in about here in the tummy.
Whatever. If you want to make it count, then it counts. But if you don't want to make it count, then it don't count. But I feel like they're not. I feel like because of the fact that they're not huge, that they get cast aside sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And that is one of the things that I am very vocal about. And that I don't like people to forget about. And that's why I try, whenever I do these long streams, I try to bring on people that aren't necessarily big, but they can provide some good discussion.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Thomas Gilkey. I know. The man who has an ability to introduce people to other people, because he's everywhere in everybody's chats every time someone's going live, and you introduce a lot of people to other people to help other channels grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I even thought it was funny. I was like, he's celebrating his 600 subs, and he's still networking other people without them realizing that he's networking other people.
Well, so I kind of already knew that I kind of had an idea that I was going to try to get these people, networked, because, that's what I'm all about. Like, I try to bring on people who I don't necessarily see on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might be like on the shyer side, or they might just not like streaming for whatever reason, because streaming can be intimidating as ever. I remember when I did my first stream, which was like my popping of the streaming cherry. I had on Mary Mayhem,
Nice.
Real Captain Jack, or Captain Jack, forgot what he's known as now. Animated Lately, which is a YouTube channel that does anime coverage, which is pretty damn good. Justin Proper, or as he was known back then, Proper Jeremy, or maybe Proper Jenny. Exaggeration Nation. Who else? Jeremy, because I was down there visiting him for the first time, I think. And it was just really cool to have these people come on with me. And there's no better way than to get so there's no better way than to get acclimated to streaming or to YouTube when you have like all these great people on. And
Mm-hmm.
I've known Mary and Justin for years, or for 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I've known Jeremy since 2014, so a very long time. Um, I didn't know Orge back then, but I'm pretty sure if I knew him, I would let him on. Same with Fat Steven. I met Orge. I forgot how I met him, and I forgot how I met Fat Steven, and and I just I love bringing people together. I don't like. I try to focus on the positive stuff because I know that for me, life has hit me hard, and I've had people who unexpectedly, have reached out to me when I've had life hit me hard, and it means the world.
So real quickly,
Yeah.
Runner just followed. So thank you very much, Runner. Greatly appreciate it.
Aw, Runner's great.
No, I think it's amazing that even when you were celebrating your 600, you were still kind of being you and what you love to do, and that you like introducing people to other people, and you like supporting independent creators, and you like supporting your friends as
Yeah.
and you still are able to make great content, and you still have this passion and this little gleam in your eye when you get to talk about stuff like when you were on Culture Show talking about Indiana Jones right before this one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, not like so I must confess, Runner is great. Hashtag Flower Girl Runner. Sorry, Runner. But I wasn't, so culture thing was at 4, and I was on it. It was like 20-30 minutes, and I was just dozing off. So like I had culture thing, and I was just playing some Pokemon and watching Tenet.
Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I like Pokemon.
Awesome. Charmander.
Okay, you know what this means. Now I'm going to have to ask the question. If you're a
Okay.
Pokemon trainer, what element would you be?
Crap. I hate that question. I did not know this. This would not. You see,
Here, look. I'll let you pick 2. There,
No,
we'll do
I'll pick
2.
one. No, I'll
Okay.
pick one. I'll pick one. I'll follow with the rules. I watched the stream, the interview that you did with Orge,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still in the process of watching the one that you did with Fat Steven. But this
Aw.
is not brought up, so that's crazy. But you know what? I'm gonna pick Dragon,
Nice.
because I think Dragon is pretty powerful, and I like Dragon Pokemon. I like Dragonite, Dratini, I guess.
I bet you could guess mine.
Is it Fire?
Fire.
Fire.
Fire. Always fire. That's why I'm Team Valor in Pokemon Go. I just loved it. I love the look on your face. Okay, question time. You're like, no question time. So,
Yes.
so what were you guys just? I didn't get to watch all of it because obviously I'm now
Yeah.
back at work. I'm coming home. So
Mhm.
what brought you to Cultures to do this Indiana Jones thing?
So Culture has been wanting me on his channel for a very long time. I was on a Sunday Culture review a few months ago, like maybe late last year, and it's just like, so with me working on a 10 on quite often. I only have like 2 days off. When I get home from work, I'm exhausted because I've worked like a 9 to 10 hour, maybe a 10 and a half to 11-hour shift. I'm just exhausted because I'm on my feet all day doing physical work, selling wine, and I'm dealing with customers, and it's very frustrating. And then then I see that people are streaming, and I try to pop in and support them, say hi, say, you're boring if it's a sporking as a joke, or just show support, like throw support people's ways and whatnot. And so I I knew that I got off at a decent time on like a weekend, I think Saturday, and I was like, hey, Culture, do you want to do this? Do you want to set this up? Do a pre-record? And he was like, sure. So we did the pre-record on Saturday night, I think, either Friday or Saturday night. And, you know, he put it all together yesterday, and then he premiered it today. And it was about Indiana Jones because, you know, with the news about Harrison Ford getting injured again, I guess it being a little bit more serious, we wanted to talk about something that me and him both had in common, and we talked about our favorite moments from the films, and what our thoughts is on the Indiana Jones 5 movie coming out. And I said that, and I'm going to stand by this, is that I'm going to go see it out of respect. I thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was complete garbage. It was not an Indiana Jones film, as far as I'm concerned. But I will be going to see it out of respect to the people who worked their asses off to make Indiana Jones what it was. Harrison Ford, John Williams, because with this being his last film, I think, from what I understand, his last film, period, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And, you know, I've always been the type of person that is able to separate a person's from like their movie making versus who they are as a person.
Right.
And I think I'm excited to see what James Mangold can do to Indiana Jones 5, even though he did say some fiery comments. I'm going to separate that, and I'm going to say that what he did with Logan and what he did with Ford versus Ferrari was incredible. And I love them both, and I appreciated them so much for various reasons. And I'm going to go see it because I'm an Indiana Jones fan, but I'm more so a fan of cinema.
Right.
And I'm very excited for it. But at the same time, I felt like if they couldn't deliver a product that was worthy, then maybe they should just can it.
Yeah.
So, and it was just about
sort of kind of right there with you. I'm gonna go see it. I think one of the big differences between you and me is I know there's a movie being made, and I stayed away from everybody talking about it.
You know what?
I don't want any influences. I just want to go see the movie like I always go see a movie, and hopefully be excited for it, and then make my judgment after I see it based off of my own opinion.
You see, that's why in some aspect you're better than me. I really want to be like that person, to just ignore everything that people are saying, because I feel like if we did that with Star Wars and other things, then maybe we would enjoy it a little bit more. I know that when it came to the Bad Batch, or when it came to other films, I I love watching all the content coverage from like the YouTubers, but at the same time, it tiny bit does get a little tiring. And no offense to the ones that do it. I know that a lot of my good friends and your good friends as well do it, but it does get a little, and I wish I could just turn it off and just like go into it blind. But unfortunately, I can't, because I've tried, but it doesn't work.
I have a cheat for this. What? If you still want to show your support, you just mute it and go say hi, and then leave.
That's a good way to do it.
I do it a lot. I'd be like, hey, I can't hear you, but hi, hope you have a great stream. Gotta go by.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I know that because they're my friends and stuff like that, that I may listen to them and it could possibly influence my decision. And I like still having that love of cinema and the love of things. And even though I know some of the things are going to be different because they're looking towards a different generation, a younger generation, a younger demographic, because at the end of the day, Hollywood cinema, it's a business. They need to get them while they're young, so they make the money off of them. Yeah. But I still want that excitement. I still want that do I dress up for this? Do I not dress up for this one? Do I just wear my favorite t-shirt, go grab a bunch of friends, go sit down, and then discuss the movie and see what they liked, what I didn't like. And then normally before I even give an opinion on the movie, I like to go and watch it a second time without anybody in a nice silent area.
That's a good way to do it. I might have
Because
to do it.
Because I don't know if you do that. When you go to a movie, sometimes your nostalgia and your love for something can fog some things that may be bad, or even fog some of the things that were actually good. You just had this different thought of where it was going originally.
Yep. No, I wish I could, or maybe I'm going to try that. Maybe I will try that. Maybe I'll learn something from Amanda.
It's just an option. It's just an opinion because I can see the passion in your eyes. So of course you're a huge Indiana Jones fan. Which one is your favorite?
Really? Is there even a question in Last Crusade?
Temple of Doom. No.
You know what? This is not Amanda's Amanda's show anymore. It's a Thomas Gilkey show.
It is a Thomas.
She said the most. At least she didn't say Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Then I would be like, you know what? I'm quitting. Bye.
No, Last Crusade, fantastic. It really is. I love that. It's, oh my gosh, such a great movie. It really is.
100%.
I mean, even when Crystal Skull came out, I agree with you. I didn't really care for it. But it wasn't even the aliens. It was the whole CGI, like Shia LaBeouf swinging in the vines with those ugly looking monkey things. And I'm just like, I can't do this. All the CGI just has really taken me out of this movie. It really has.
That's true.
I mean, I know a lot of people were out the moment they said aliens, but to me, I was like, yeah, but to some people, the aliens are another form of a religion, just like all the religious artifacts. It does kind of feel weird going from more the religious artifacts, but you do have the Temple of Doom that went a different religion also, versus the other two, which was more into Catholicism and Nazis. And I can say that word, it's Twitch, so nah.
True, very true.
So, all right. So obviously you have a love of Star Wars. Are you Sith or are you Jedi?
Damn it. A Jedi. Well, a little bit of both, but mostly Jedi.
Mostly. Yeah, you seem like a Jedi kind of person. You're too nice.
There's been moments where I could develop Sith like qualities, but yes, Jedi predominantly.
Look, we all have our bad days, but Thomas, in all honesty, you have a giant heart, and you love to love, and yeah, that's Jedi.
I have a giant heart. Agreed. Even though it gets me, it gets me. I find more often than not, me having a giant heart gets me taken advantage of and whatnot, and hurt a lot by people that I love. So So
no, I understand that. That's why the Sith's much better, because then you can start force choking people and go,
that's true.
I don't think so.
That's very true. That's 100% true.
So I did find it amazing, though, that you like Pokemon, because a lot of people look at people our age and go, wait, you're into Pokemon? Weren't you guys like teenagers / adults when that came out? Yes. So what's your point? But do you like anime?
No.
Not an anime fan. Shame on you.
Dragon Ball.
How did he know I had my Vegeta doll? Where are you? Are you watching me somewhere? I had my Charmander just knocked over Vegeta, and as soon as you said you hated Dragon Ball, I had him in my hand. I'm not even kidding.
Ha ha ha! I hate Dragon Ball. It is garbage.
Aww. So I have to ask, what So I know that you're going to go see the new Indiana Jones. Is there
Yeah.
anything out? Is there anything else coming out? Something that may have just recently released that you're interested in seeing, just to give it a try, see if it is what everybody's saying it's going to be,
Mm.
and just give it a try to see, or just because you really wanted to see it even before you heard what people had to say about it?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I wanted to see In the Heights because I love musicals, and I saw it actually last night. And then I will be going to see Black Widow in theaters when it comes out because say what you will about because there's a lot of people that have negative opinions toward the MCU, and that people don't think that it's going to survive past Endgame. I'm completely disagreeing with it. I think that as long as people can create comics, it's going to survive. As long as Feige is in charge, it's going to survive. As long as you have people like Favreau and Filoni rumored to be in charge of Star Wars, or in charge of The Mandalorian, in charge of that stuff, it's going to survive and it's going to prosper. I think the MCU. I'm excited for Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Seven Rings. I'm excited for the Eternals. I'm excited for the stuff that Marvel has coming up. I guess you can say I'm a Disney shill, and I'm okay with that 100%. I've enjoyed.
You're excited for the Eternals. I thought I was the only one.
Nope, 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 nope. I've been liking Loki a lot. I've been loving the Bad Batch a lot.
I liked it too.
Hmm. And I and to me it's like that's where I completely am not against, but I'm completely different when it comes to people in the community who are not anti Disney, but they have their hesitations about Disney and whatnot. And I don't play that game. I think that Disney has made some wrong moves with various things. The Gina Carano stuff. I felt like that could have been handled so much better. And there's other things I think could have been handled so much better, but I'm not gonna, because I'm always of a believer, like, if somebody does good, you need to let them know that they do good.
Right.
And to me, there's not a lot of people letting Disney know you're doing good when it comes to the Bad Batch, or you're doing good when it comes to Loki. I mean, maybe there is, and I haven't seen it, but I'm not a fan. I'm not. That's where I defer when it comes to people, or not defer, but that's where that's when I completely disagree. I don't go into a film looking for something to hate.
Right. You go in wanting to enjoy.
I go into it and I don't listen. For a lot of the films, I don't pay attention to, is there something that's going to be happening? When it came to the live action version of Mulan, I heard people talking about some of the stuff that was going on with it, some of the controversy. I had more focus on that after I watched the movie, and I found myself, I didn't think it was the best Disney live action thing at all, but I thought it had some really good moments. I loved
the fight scenes are amazing.
The fight scenes were great. The music was beautiful.
The cinematography.
Yeah, the cinematography. I liked seeing Jet Li. I liked the cameo by Ming-Na Wen. I thought it was really cool. I liked the horse in it a lot. And I saw Dumbo, the live action version of Dumbo, and it wrecked my heart more than and a little is tied with that and the original.
I would say of all their live actions, Dumbo's probably up there as the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can completely agree with that. Completely, and I'm liking every minute of it, and I'm in it for the long run when it comes to Disney. And when because I've enjoyed it, and I don't. Yeah.
No, I agree, and I think it's actually really cool that it proves, though, because a lot of people go, well, we're seeing this a lot in society. If you have a different opinion than me, you're my enemy. And you and I have different opinions on a lot of the stuff that a lot of our friends have. And it
Mm-hmm.
proves that we don't have to be enemies. I mean, people have been disagreeing about stuff forever. People act like, oh, well, there's this fraction. No, there's not a fraction. You guys created a fraction, in my opinion, and you could agree or disagree. But how long have we been making fun of Star Wars? Going, okay, you guys really should have done this. What's up with these special editions? And oh, do we remember when the prequels came out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's always been this stuff. It's just it's gotten dirty in today's day and age, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Agree or disagree?
I would agree. Yeah.
But like you said, and I think one of the things that makes it really cool is, yes, you've listened to these people. You've still been able to make your own opinion on it,
Yeah.
and you seem to focus on the stuff that's good out of the film instead of all the bad. And I
Yeah.
think that's what makes you unique and
Uh-huh.
different from a lot of the other content creators. Even when you're doing your blog thing and you're telling your opinion about a certain movie or what you think something's going to be, I think it just gives a different perspective for everybody to see that most people don't get to see nowadays, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've seen it. A lot of these people, it's this is wrong, this is wrong,
Mm-hmm.
this is wrong, which is
Yeah.
why you guys need to go and subscribe to this guy. Again, the link is in the description, or just look him up, Thomas Gilkey. His name's right there. You
Mm-hmm.
can't miss him. You'll see his face, because it will give you an opportunity, especially if you do have that different opinion, to go, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I actually like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what? I'm gonna give this movie a second chance and look through it without the glasses that have been put on my face, and look through my own eyes at it. And I think you give people that opportunity with the stuff that you promote and the stuff that you talk about on
Mm-hmm.
your YouTube channel.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I've always said this, and I'll always say this, is that there's so many people in the community I completely disagree with on multiple levels, whether it be politically, socially, entertainmentally. But I'm able to say, you know what, I'm going to disagree with you on that, but I'm going to still support you. I will always support the people that have shown support my way. I'm a very big believer in AFK Bard, if she's lurking or whatever. I mean, she said she was watching. I don't know where she's watching from, but she knows that I'm a very big person, and I can't. I'm the type of person that I'm not able to, like, if a person shows me support, and I'll show them support right back, and it bothers me very much when I keep on showing support to people and it's not reciprocated, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves. It's something like that I struggle with very much so, and it's something, yeah, that I struggle with. And so but at the same time, I'll always be there, as Culture Casino or Spat Stevens says. I'm the person, I'm very weird in that there's sometimes where I sense, ooh, how is someone feeling, and I'll message them and be like, hey, are you okay? Are you doing all right? And it means the world to them, but it also means the world to me that I have that ability, even though at the same time it's pain at times.
Yeah.
Um, but it means the world that these people see that, because sometimes I think that's the only thing they see when it comes to me, or because this was discussed when I did Lorena's lunch table with Lorena and Fat Steven, is
That was
that
a Christmas Eve special, wasn't it?
correct? I had no idea that they were planning to do that, but it was really cool. And one of the things that was brought up is one of the great questions that Fat Steven had asked me, one of the hard hitting questions, that how do I feel people see me or perceive me? I will always say that I feel like a lot of people in this community, or in the community in general, perceive me as being very annoying. and very off-putting because I see the way that people react to me in chats. I see the way that people react to me when I'm in streams. I see the level of support that I get, and it bothers me.
That's sad.
It's not
It's still regardless. It is sad, Thomas.
and I get that and I appreciate that, but it's true. I haven't had the easiest of life. I'm not saying that my life is better or my life is worse than anyone. I'm just saying that with my life experience, it's something that I've grown to accept, and that it's something that I've struggled with, and it's something that I'll always struggle with 100%. But
sometimes it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. I mean, again, it's sad.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said, I think it's cool that you try to find time not only to create your own content, but to support all these other content creators,
Mm-hmm.
because a massive amount of people that you're trying to support and encourage and help grow. And then, you're always on social media. I always see you posting on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And, and then you also, what a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of content creators have jobs. We work 8, 9, 10-hour shifts, 5, 6 days a week, so we could continue making the content we create.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, for those who do make it their job, I don't hold any ill will towards them. I think it's insane, like in a good way that they're able to figure it out, because YouTube isn't the easiest at all. That's why for those who make it their full-time job, they have my respect. But for me, I will never do it as my full-time job because there's too much uncertainty regarding YouTube, and it's crazy. And I think, and I will never make it as my job because when I record from my phone.
right.
I have a beaten up old MacBook that I've had since like 2013, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably really slow because it has like probably some viruses, but I don't care. I still use it. And, I'm never going to I would love to eventually, because I still live with my mom. I'm 32 years old, and I still live with my mom and our dog. And I'm never going to, I mean, eventually, what my hope is that I'm going to get, I'm going to buy a desktop so I can maybe put together better quality videos or something like that. But I don't know what the future holds for me. And I'm never going to.
Riot Kitty.
Riot Kitty!
Such an amazing artist.
I agree 100%. She's great.
So even though you don't actually plan on making it a job, you're still looking into the future as a content creator to be able to make better content.
Sometimes, somewhat, yeah. I mean, there's a, and Fat Steven can tell you this, Awards can tell you this. There are so many times when I struggle with am I going to give up on YouTube? Am I going to get rid of my channel? Because I've done that. I've gotten rid of my channel a few times because I don't feel like there is sometimes a spot for me on YouTube. And I don't want to do Twitch because Twitch doesn't necessarily appeal to me, and I know that it appeals to a lot of people, and that's awesome, but it doesn't necessarily appeal to me. I struggle. I have very low self-esteem, so I struggle with wanting to keep up with YouTube. Even when I was doing my Sunday, my 10-hour stream, right when Orge was about to head out for the night, I had said that I was thinking about just shutting it down because I have a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. My job it's hit or miss at times. My mom is currently over in England because she's from England, and she's over there right now with her aunt, her only aunt, and she's in that age, high 80s, low 90s. So we don't know how long she has, and it's scary. And I have that stuff going on, and so it's craziness. So a lot of the times I will shut down my channel, or I'll say to Ords or Fatsy, you know what, I don't think that there's a spot for me because I just don't.
I disagree.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
The only reason is because, like I said earlier, you have a different opinion. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed this. More and more people are moving away from the let's constantly hate on everything. And they're looking for that more positive vibe. And you have that positive vibe. And you do it in a unique manner, doing it more like a blog post. This isn't me critiquing the movie. This is just my opinion on the movie. And I think I think that gives people, and 627 other people think so as well, that, well, 626, because I'm one of the 627. They see it as well as I see it.
And, and I get that, and I appreciate that, but I just don't. Like, I struggle with self-doubt very much. That is one of the biggest things that I struggle with out of anything. Well, that and being not necessarily, well, that and staying healthy, I guess, mentally and physically. I'm not where I want to be in terms of my weight size or whatever, and struggling with eating the healthy foods versus going to Five Guys and getting a bacon cheeseburger and Cajun fries, and it's something that I struggle with.
Bacon cheeseburger.
I know, I just made you hungry.
I'm sorry. I got distracted.
Sorry. You did that on purpose. Mwah!
No. Let's see. I do understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll tell you a little bit about it after, little after show thing. But I do understand. There's been times that I felt the same way as you. It's been the support, and I'm sure this is probably the same for you. It's been the support of other people that has kept you going. A little bit, at least.
Yes and no. Yes and no. There are people I've seen, in my struggles and whatnot. I've seen some people's true colors, I guess.
I've seen the true colors shining through. Sorry,
yeah, right. Liar. Don't be sorry. And it makes me, I guess, disappointed in some people. None of the people that you and me know, or that you know, but some people I know. And I guess it gives me a different perspective on things. It gives me, I mean, I've received, when I've been struggling, when 2019 hit, because we had two Portuguese war dogs, and we had a dog called Tilly, who was a Portuguese war dog, and she had to get put down 2019 because she was getting old and she was struggling, and we didn't want her to be going through the pain and suffering. So she got put down, and then my uncle on my dad's side passed away in June, and then my uncle on my mom's side passed away in May or March. Sorry to make you cry. I don't mean to do that, but you know what? YOLO. You only live once. And so, and it was really tough. I got rid of my YouTube channel. I got rid of my Twitter.
I give you Chico puppies.
Aw, awesome. I got rid of my Twitter. I privated it. I hid my YouTube and my Twitter um, channel, and some people I never knew, like I've known of, but I didn't know. I have never, necessarily had like an interaction with them. And this was before I met Ords and Fat Steven and yourself and a few others. Um, People like Josiah of Josiah Rises, who, when it comes to everything, I completely disagree with him on. He, me and him are the complete opposites politically and socially and whatnot. But he reached out to me via Facebook, and it was just a great. And said, "Hey man, are you okay?" And I was like, "Not really." And he was like, "Well, Ruthie, Star Wars for Life, is trying to get in touch with you, and she can't because, And it was like, so he reached out to me. A person named Miss, she reached out to me as well. We Are Chaos on Twitter. Siobhan, she plays Mario Kart with the Geeks and Gamers crew. She's Jeremy's right hand man. She reached out to me. Jeremy reached out to me, and it meant the world that Jeremy, Siobhan, and Josiah reached out to me because they've been with Geeks and Gamers since the very beginning, and they work for Geeks and Gamers, and I don't work for Geeks and Gamers, but I have supported them financially and emotionally, and Twitter's, YouTube's, and all that fun stuff, Facebook and all that fun stuff, and it meant the world that people like Jeremy, the big dogs of the entertainment, of the social media or the YouTube industry, that he reached out to me, and it meant the world that I still, to this day, I still have this connection with him. But then, there was other people that when I was struggling, they didn't care to, and it wasn't something like, because I'm always of the firm belief that if you can, post a tweet, or if you can post like a quick Facebook update, if you want to, you can reach out to somebody. It doesn't take that long to reach out to somebody saying, "Hey, how are you?" And that means the world. And there was a lot of people that when that happened that didn't, because I'm considered, in my eyes, I'm considered the ugly duckling in the community, in various many ways, because I've seen the good in the community, and I've seen the horrible and the stuff that has made me just want to leave the community. I've seen it from the horrible, the good and the bad and the ugly, from
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
From a lot of people. I've seen the bigger channels, and it's just but it gives me a pause.
But again,
Mhm.
like you say, even when you've met some of these people individually, so even if you don't agree with them, you still know who they are. And those that you really truly believe in, again, you show that support, and that speaks volumes. And I'll be honest, I've never thought of going, "Hey, how are you today?" Unless like you're one of my close friends, like, it's been about 4 months. Are you alive? Are you okay? I'm just, if you notice with me and my social media, it's literally promote, 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 promote. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do a lot of personal stuff on my stuff. I keep my personal to me. And if it gets to a point that I need to say something, then I say it.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go, I have one last question for you, because you're a lot like me, and you have a different opinion than a lot of the people that we hang out with. Do you find it hard then to express your opinion? because you have the different opinion?
It depends upon the person. In all honesty, it depends upon the person. If in my eyes, if the person is willing to look past, the fact that you're a if the person's willing to look past if they're willing to look and see, what, despite all of Thomas's difference or despite all of Amanda's differences, that they're really a good person, then I don't find it easy. I don't find it hard, rather.
Right.
But if the person's going to go right for the throat and be like, oh, because you think a different way, you're a horrible person, then I find it really hard. But, but because I've met some great people in this community, like Fat Steven, Ord's Board, Culture Casino, and in Kashyyyk and a few and a few others, it makes it I guess but when you have people that aren't like that, like aren't like Ords or Fat Steven, it makes it tough. But when you have people like Fat Steven or Ords who, even though they might completely think differently than you, but they're still willing to support you, it makes a difference.
It does.
It makes a huge difference. Even though there are times when I've had my disagreements with Ords and disagreements with Fat Steven and disagreements with Mongo or other people, I appreciate them because of the respect that is given from them to me and vice versa.
And if anybody wanted to be a content creator, what kind of advice would you give them?
Damn it. Just shoot. I hate that question. I hate you. I'm kidding. It's okay. Cool. It's the fact that it wasn't something that I thought up of. It was something that Jeremy has always said. That stuck with me. Just pick up a camera and record. Be yourself. Don't, if you don't want to cover the trending articles, don't do that. Do something that you love. Find your passion. Don't be afraid, because you're going to screw up. When I was, a lot of people don't notice, but before I got like 200 subs, I got a copyright strike because I didn't know the rules of YouTube, and I was doing a stream and I accidentally shared a screen. And this is on Google Hangouts, and I shared it and I'm a big baseball fan. I'm a big sports fan in general, but I love baseball more than any other sport. And and I was streaming a play that the Boston Red Sox did from the MLB YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like a screen share, and the stream got taken down, got copyright strike, so I had to wait a while. And it was the worst time ever, but luckily before that, I had created a parody account, a Tank Engine Jeremy parody account. Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy. And I had that, so I was able to do streams from that, but it wasn't the same. Be careful on YouTube, because unfortunately, there are people who, if they don't like what you have to say, they will figure out a way to censor you. Watch out for YouTube, because YouTube, as we've seen recently, they are very tricky and very tough.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I just keep remembering that YouTube unsubscribed Ort's wife from his channel, and I'm still laughing about that.
Well, after the stream, something bad happened with Ords.
I know.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you saw that, the recent update. But, be careful of Twitter. YouTube, you know,
Any social media platform.
yes, sorry, any social media, and just find your group, find the people who will always will always be there when you're streaming, who will show up and spread the word. I know that when I stream, that I will always AFK Bard, Mongo, Jeremy 5, Russia approved. Sometimes a rare ABC sighting, Drunk will sometimes show up. Ords, Kashyyyk, Riot Kitty. I've seen her a lot in this chat when I stream. And other people I've seen when I stream, when I put a video out. Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers, will show up to comment on the video, and it means the world. But know that it's okay to make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to screw up every now and then, because you're going to screw up. If you think you're going to be the best YouTuber in the world, or that you think you're going to not screw up, that's where the pitfall. That's where the mistakes start to happen. Be yourself. Find your niche. If it's Fortnite streaming, like Fat Steven does, and great discussions, do that. If it's Mario Kart on Friday nights, like Ords does, do that. If it's doing whatever game you stream nowadays,
We'll go with Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, do that. If you want to be a video game streamer, do that. Find what you want to do. Or if you want to be like me and do everything, then it's okay to do that too.
And then last question.
Oh God.
When are we gonna get the amazing fight between you and ABC where you knock him to the ground and win?
Never. Unless he wants to meme that, unless somebody wants to meme it, Jeremy 5, French ABC, I'm talking at you.
Fuel the hatred. Where are you? We need this. We need this thing of Gilkey knocking him out.
Yeah. You can easily make a meme of me knocking ABC out, and you'll be heralded as the greatest memer of all time. Maybe in a few months I might be doing I might be unveiling, if I can figure it out, a T-shirt called hashtag the Gilkman Rideth, because I'm planning in October, not October, in August, no, October or September, to go out to Illinois to visit Kashyyyk and Ords again, and I'm gonna ride Goliath, the roller coaster that Ords said is pretty damn scary. I saw it, and it looked pretty damn scary, but I'm gonna ride it. I'm saying it now, but watch when it comes. I'm not gonna ride it because I'll get wet feet. And I'm gonna do that, or try to figure it out. And then I think in August, I'm planning to do a longer stream, maybe a 20-hour to 24-hour stream. Pull a Jeremy, because Jeremy did that. Jeremy can do it. I can do it.
They're tough, Thomas. They're tough. I'm telling you from experience, they're tough.
Absolutely, they're tough. But if I can figure out where I get people to do it with me, like swap, or I can do it. Hopefully.
Just warning you, my friend. I've done them 2 years I did it 2 years in a row. It's tough.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because I don't know if you know this, we actually participate here at AGP. We do the Extra Life 24-hour live stream every November, where we raise money for the Children's Miracle Network.
That's incredible. But no, I did not know.
I've only been able to make it to 22 and a half hours, and then I fall asleep for a half an hour, and then I have to get up to finish the stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't made it the full 24 hours, but it's tough, my friend. But if you need support, I'm right there for you.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
But of course, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we work jobs. We're tired. And before we go, Thomas, not only thank you for coming on the show, but thank you so much for showing interest in it and wanting to be here and reaching out to me. I greatly appreciate it.
No problem. As soon as I saw, as I said before, you know, I love Ords and Fat Steven, and so and I've seen you in the chats of showing support to Ords, Fat Steven, and just other people that I've come to know. It doesn't go unnoticed, and so I've seen you throw support their way, you know, and hang out in the chats when they're doing their streams, or just be there when nobody else is there or whatever. And I've seen it, and I watched your interview, like I said before, that you did with Ords and Fat Steven, and it seemed like a really interesting and great interview. Crazy interview at times, insane, but great. And it seemed really cool. And like I said to you in the DMs, okay.
No, that's my excited.
Oh, okay. I want people to know about me. I think that more people should start doing interviews with content creators. I think it's a really cool thing that you have going on with the interviews, and I think it's really cool. And
thank you.
Thank you, most importantly, for having me on and making it work, because I know there was a lot of scheduling issues, but thank you for having me on.
I'm really good at working on my toes. I really am.
Well, that's a good thing.
But of course, as always, everybody, please make sure that you check him out. Head over to his YouTube. Again, the link is in the chat. The link will be in the description of this video, and when it gets edited and ported over to YouTube, which will be in about a week. And of course, make sure that you follow him over there on Twitter. And make sure when you go over to his channel that you like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications so you know every time that he goes live. And as for those of you who may be new here or wanting to check out AGP, go ahead, give us a follow, or go check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, we also have a YouTube channel where you can check out our edited Twitch streams and any videos that we make that aren't live stream. On that note, thank you everybody for joining. We greatly appreciate it, and we'll see you all in the next one. Say goodnight.
Buyers, good night. There, I said it.